Start making more money now with doing hair by following the tips and the tricks and the advice that we're going to share with you today.
Trick. You sound like a car salesman.
That's right. Bring it on, baby.
We have done so many classes for hairdressers, and I just don't think enough people are using it. So we're going to go through our teachable lineup of classes because I want you to see what you can do. Wow, I just touched on something that makes my face real big on the screen. My face is bigger here than when I look in a mirror, and this is really weird. Like looking at me on the big screen. We're using this new app. So anyway, I want to go through the classes we've done, Eddie. You've taught some classes. I've taught some classes. We've had a few other people, and I want to go through that because I think that we say we're the profitable stylists. We say we'd like to help you be profitable, and I think some people aren't like. Oh, am I in the screen? Connecting those two. We say you can be, but how do we join those together? So I thought we'd go through some of the classes. Why don't you go there right now so people can kind of see it? So we have a website. Do you call it a website? Do you call it an app? Do you call it a link? What is it?
It's a website. It's our online academy. It's called the profitablestylistacademy.com.
Eddie's the tech guru, so I don't always use the proper terminology. I just stand there in front of the camera and talk to that one black eye.
And it looks so good.
What?
And looks so good doing it.
And I hope that people watch it later, and we sell classes. We sell quite a few actually, but I just know there's so many more that could benefit from this. And my favorite and Eddie's favorite are not going to be the same, because my favorite is going to be the very first one listed. And because to me, it's the flat wefts, the flat beaded strands, and is that one the one? No, that's not the one with the beaded topper also. So it's not my favorite class.
Beaded topper is right next to it. Yeah. But
we also have a bundle further down the list where it would be the wefts, the strands, and the bundle. You don't have to find it right now. Okay. But I think it's the best value because you get 3 full courses for, I think when you go to like right there, you see $13.97 and $997. I think the bundle is only $14.97. So you basically get that other $997 class for an extra $97 instead. So it's basically a $900 savings, because in the kit, it's almost all the same tools, but except when you do the beaded topper, there's like 2 extra things you need in the kit, plus the education. And I've already made the videos, so we give a great discount if somebody wants to do all of them. Click on the wefts and strands course, just so people can kind of see what they could possibly get if they were to do this. So 2 places you could click, guys. Eddie is not logged in right now, so it would look just like this if you guys were to do this. And you would see at the top on the left, it says watch promo, kind of show them where that is. You've got watch promo and you got a preview video down there in the coloring section, way down there. Oh, is another free one. So basically you can watch these videos for free if you want to get a little taste of how it works. So, the second weft. I don't know if I've ever seen the second weft preview video. At first we list this, we make it all behind a paid wall. And then later we think about like, which one of these could we show that isn't really giving away the education that we spent so much time putting together? Which ones could we show you guys? So we'll give you a little preview, but go to the promo video and then start it where we had talked about. It's a little more, it's longer than you need to really. Well, I guess you got to start playing and then skip it up to about 20 seconds or so, wherever we decided earlier. And you can kind of see, I'll be quiet here for just a second and let you.
Yeah, it's about 10, 12 seconds.
Yeah, go ahead.
Here we go.
So I don't really work that fast. That was sped up a little bit, but I think it's important that people see. Can you like scroll back just a tiny bit to show what the extensions look like when they're in? At the very end, just right
at the very end.
Yeah, back a tiny bit. So I just want people to see, like, as you pull those white sticks out and those red or green loops, then they're not, that was the last one getting pulled out. Oh no, it's not. It's the first one getting pulled out. I don't know if we actually show where they're all out and it's just the weft in the hair and the beads are hidden behind the extension and it's a little blurry there.
Oh,
it's an exciting technique to me.
Yeah.
Yes. So as it goes forward, it might show, it might not. Just scroll forward a little bit and just see. And if not, that's fine. I
Yeah,
just
it
wanted
blinks out. It blinks out at the end there.
yeah, it's supposed to
But the
be a
point is, I mean, even if I come this far back, I mean, there is the weft, you know, there's a weft underneath that was already been applied.
Yes. Good point. Good point.
And then there's the prior, you know, you're over here at the edge of the corner of this weft, but all the beads after that, or before that rather, you know, they're all hidden. That's
Right.
one of the most amazing things about this technique is that it's completely hidden. You do not see the weft at all. Or the attachment areas of the beads.
Go to the coloring video so I can show the coloring real quick. So I said real quick. So in the coloring video, we don't necessarily have to play it. You could keep
for the wefts and for the. Yeah, I'll turn the audio off.
Yeah, we don't want to hear you twice. I didn't realize that you did the coloring video. That's interesting. So we've got a lot of colors there, and I think the most important thing about this is that one of the colors on that coloring is truly still virgin hair. I don't know of any other extension company that provides that. It's called NC. It's the very first dark color on the right of that bigger swatch ring. And so the point is hair is donated. Most people that donate or sell their hair, it comes kind of dark brown.
There it is, the NC.
And that's the one we're showing right now. NC, no chemicals, no color. It's truly virgin, and we sell it to you as virgin hair in strands or wefts, 10, 14, 18, and 22 inches long, and 2 different densities. And so you learn how to pull the right amount of hair through the beads, how to get it at the right direction, squeeze it correctly so the bead holds on really well. And people get long wear like every other extension technique out there without the needles, the thread, the sewing, the gluing, the tapes, or a lot of time. That whole weft, one whole weft goes in, and anywhere from, we've done competitions on stage for fun, but and Eddie's always, I think he always loses the competition, right? And
no, I lose the first day, and then I win the second day, and I break everybody's record.
So we put one weft in anywhere from 3 to 6 minutes. I mean, we've got a video where we show it going in just under 7 minutes, but that was when we first got the line 2 or 3 years ago. And so now we're showing where people are putting this weft in 3, 4, 5 minutes. So can you imagine putting 2 full wefts in like 8 to 10 minutes? It's freaking crazy. It's fast. It's secure. It's high quality hair. The customers say they don't feel it on their head. It's super comfortable. But having a color that has no chemicals, you can still lift it or darken it if you want. It's pretty dark already, but that is the most exciting color on the coloring, because if you want a darker brown color, you literally have all the cuticle on the hair going in the same direction, never been touched by chemicals. Then the next most exciting part of that coloring to me is the 7 lifted colors. And that's
the pre-lightened colors are absolutely
let the video
amazing.
Play on mute, and then we'll get to it. So every color on the coloring, and most companies out there have to lighten the hair first, no matter how they do it, whether they do it with good chemicals or bad or whatever it is. Oh, there it is. It's going. And I think that's what he's picking up now is the last 6 or 7, because every company has to do this. They have to color their dark hair to these 6 or 7 colors. And that's the first 6. One's on the other ring. And then every color on the coloring, and you can keep letting it play. Every color on the coloring is made from these 6 or 7 pre-lightened hair colors. But what we do is we also let you buy a weft or a strand, a pack of wefts or strands with that color, already colored that color. Basically, I think in the color world, we would call that one chemical process or one process. You know how people say double process?
Oh,
color?
yeah.
Like you bleach and then tone. Every color in that coloring has been lifted and then toned, except for those 7. So if you want to buy one of those 7 colors because you want to lift it a little more, or you want to tone it 2 or 3 or 4 different colors, you can go lighter or darker with that with no problem. Whereas most of the time, we recommend what with color, Eddie?
Well, we never recommend to try to lighten hair extensions, because hair extensions by default are always double processed. They've already been pre-lightened. They've already been colored down and sealed. and it's been sealed with a textile dye to prevent fadage. So trying to break through that direct dye barrier, that heavy dye load, it brings such inconsistent results each and every time. So it's very dangerous trying to pre-lighten hair extensions that have already been completed. So having the fact that we give you the one process shades of colors available, those B colors, and we give you anything from, it's all the contributing pigments. So you have it from the darker level 7, level 8 in hair color I'm talking about right now, all the way up to level 9 and level 10. And we're giving you 7 different variations.
Let's see one of your classes on here, Eddie.
My class,
specifically,
I have a highlighting class.
Let's do this. If you were to click on the little red square up there on the left,
before I do that, here's another thing that a lot of people don't realize.
Go ahead.
Since we're talking about the flat wefts and the strands course here, it's $1,397.
Yes.
Okay, but what a lot of people don't realize is you get a free set of extensions.
Yes, I'm so glad you're saying this.
Okay, so it's our one and done program. What that means is you purchase the class for $1,397. It includes the online education, which is yours. You get to keep that indefinitely. It doesn't expire. You get the kit, which includes all the coloring and all the equipment that you need to do the extensions for both the weft and the strands, okay? And then with the one and done program, in addition to all of that, the one and done program is this. Your first set of hair, you get to order 2 wefts and a pack of strands. You get to customize that how you want those 2 packs of hair, of wefts and that 1 pack of strands, any color, any density, any length. By the time you do your first client, by the time you do your first client and charge them, it has covered the cost of the course. In essence, it's for free.
So you know what I realized this morning, Eddie? You're probably going to take a second to process what I say, but I think Darren's going to be like, wait, what? You need to explain that to me. You get enough hair when you buy this kit to do your first 4 clients.
Yeah, okay, sure. That's another that's a very creative option. Sure.
Well, I know. So notice that
did take me a second to process.
I know. I knew you were gonna be like, wait, 4? Is he lying? They don't get that much.
No, it's like, all right, 2 wefts, all right, pack of strands, 25 strands, 2 wefts, 12 inches wide.
There's more. When you get the kit, I changed the kit. We used to give a 10-inch long weft.
That's right.
With the kit, you get an 18-inch long weft, one you can actually use on a client, and you get to pick the color. A lot of people do a full head of extensions with 1 weft.
Yes.
Now, that is probably a single plus density weft. So you'd have to do a finer, thinner haired client with that weft if you wanted to use it for a client and make money. Second, after you pay for the class and you get certified and you want to do your first client, we're saying it usually takes 2 wefts and a pack of strands, but many people put 1 weft, even though it's 2 wefts and a pack of strands, many people put a weft on a client and call it done, get a double density, and then do another one. And then you got the pack of strands. It is only 25 strands. I would say that is the only one where you're not going to be doing a full head. You'd be doing highlights, lowlights, filling in the sides with 12.
I'll disagree. You'd be surprised with how much you can do with 25 strands of hair.
I know you can do a lot, but you're not going to do a full head of extensions, add length all the way around.
Maybe not add length, but
well, you can add length. You're just going to end up on the People of Walmart website or whatever, and it's going to look like this hanging out at the bottom. So you can do a lot. Money piece, frown the face, crown, frown, frame. That's the word, frame. I knew it was going to come out if I just kept saying words. You can frame the face with 25 strands easily, 12, 13 on each side.
That's awesome.
So you can make a lot of money with the hair that just comes in the kit. As a matter of fact, right before we got on here, I answered a girl who, we have an automatic text messaging system goes out. She ordered the samples and then she said, I'm sorry. I said, what do you think? And she said, I'm sorry, I can't afford your education. And I was, you know what? I couldn't either. When I got started in extensions years ago, the first company I went with was Great Lengths and it cost a whole lot of money. And I was like, I can't afford it. So I did a couple of consultations. took some deposits, and I put that in the text. I said, I couldn't afford it when I got started either. I did a couple of consultations, matched color, took a deposit from 2 clients, and now I could afford the class. So here, you're going to get enough hair in the kit to do those clients. So it kind of got it covered both ways. Collect money to afford to take the class, and then make money with the hair in the class. It's a no-brainer. So let's go to your foil class. Let's see that.
All right. So then once you're in a program here, you just go back up to the top left, the red square, the Profitable Stylist icon.
Yeah.
It'll automatically bring you back to the home page.
Where's the categories? So that kind of lists all the classes there. And scroll down for a minute to the bottom and just kind of see, you can click on view all products, and there's more courses that would pop up. Whether you do it, I don't mind right now. Go ahead.
It's
hit
taking
it.
a second. There we go.
Okay. So just kind of scroll through 3, 6, 9. How many do we have? 12, 15.
Well, we got, and then there's a second page too.
So we're over 30. I'm going to stop counting.
Yeah. I mean, we got a lot of stuff.
We got a lot of classes. Scroll. Oh, and look, some are free. Create peekaboo color in less than 10 minutes with extensions. Mini course, The Power of One Pack, which is 10 strands from our keratin K-tip line. Some of you guys already do other keratin brands. So listen, this is not all sales pitch from me. I know it sounds like it, but I'm trying to teach you how to be a more profitable stylist. You've got techniques. You already have hair in your place, and you want to learn how to do peekaboo highlights or figure out what you can do with just a few strands that you already have laying around. Go here and click on bundles way at the bottom of the view all, and look at the bundle. Was that a bundle mini course? Is all free. Oh my God.
Well, you've got 5 different bundles available. Everything from, the keratin, especially with the keratin bond or K-tip hair extensions.
So you probably have some hair laying around left over from other clients. No matter what technique you do, some of them need to be a keratin or a K-tip. Some doesn't matter what technique it is, what we do here, but we show how to fill in on the sides if a person's a little thin, how to fix bangs. God, that girl looks terrible with the short bangs.
That bang one was fun. Making that bang video was fun.
Yeah, it really was. And then how to frame the face. I mean, a few other little tips and tricks, but a lot of free videos. Go look at the free videos. Get some value before you ever decide to give us any money. Eddie, let's see you doing something. Do you do anything in this course?
Yeah. Where is it?
Look, there's Eddie. Eddie. Whoa.
Oh, okay. So I got to log in real quick. Hold on.
Oh, do you? To see yours?
Yeah. You still need an account. You still need to create an account. And creating an account is super.
And that's free, right? So you can enroll.
Creating an account is for free, and it's really quick. It's super easy.
So then if it says 0% complete, that's a class that you have. Well, Eddie didn't have to pay, but that's a class that you would pay for, and now it's yours. Now they measure the percentage of what you've watched. So you can see Eddie's personal account. He's only watched 17% of one, 33% of another, 0% of a couple there. He hadn't even watched his own gray hair coverage class. I mean, he taught it. Maybe he doesn't need to watch it. He watched it and edited it before it went up here. So he has seen it.
I was tired of watching myself do things.
So where is your foil highlighting class? Click on the categories so people can kind of see.
So you can, So once you've logged in, once you've made an account and logged in, you've got all the products on the top. You've got your personal programs that you've gone to, or you can go over here to the category and you can choose color, for example.
There you go.
And then it'll just populate, each of the different things. Or you could go back, for example, and you can go from one of the educators directly.
Oh, so if somebody doesn't like you and they just want to see something from a particular person.
Or you could just go right here to the search bar and you can start looking for different, I got to type it in correctly, but you can start typing in the name of the class.
So go to category
class
and do color, and let's see you doing something. Click on there. And so do you have any free videos? No, but you do.
So I have the promo.
So you click on promo.
So we could click on promo and we could do like, I don't know, the left here.
Push to the end of it or something in like 20 something seconds. Let's hear you. Let's hear what you.
Oh.
Do you want to? Or you want? You don't.
So many buttons.
Personally,
especially at the nape, I like to take slightly a little bit thicker because they're either pulling their hair back into a ponytail, they're either pushing their hair forward. You want some more contrast in there.
Ah, a little more contrast. So I had a little snippet of part of one of his foil classes. But how do you start the class? You go into a little bit more color theory or explaining why and how many.
So this is the nice thing about the way we do our curriculum on the Profitable Stylist Academy. It's broken down into segments, and then you can see within all of these segments, we have time limits on each one to let you know you're about to sit here for 1:33. You're about to sit here for 9 minutes and 48 seconds. And then if I go back, for example, real quick, where it says like 17% complete, like if I go into this one, I can see that I've halfway watched this, but I completely watched these. I still am yet to watch the rest of this. Okay. And then I can click on start and I can start, watching it. So it gives me a count on how far through the course I've gotten. And once I get done and once I complete it, there's also downloadable resources that I can reference later as material. And then once I complete the course to 100%, I will get a certificate, and that certificate gets emailed.
Yeah, so then you can screenshot it, print it, frame it, post it, social media. A lot of people ask, do I get a certificate? And that's when I know you did not watch every.
You haven't completed the course.
Yeah.
One of the other things which I think it's what a lot of people don't realize is that you get to schedule a 15-minute call after you're done doing your course. You get a 15-minute consultation to ask all the questions you want. So this way,
schedule a call with who?
With you, Bernard.
That's right. You never did say that, so I was thinking people are probably thinking schedule a call.
Oh, because I highlighted it over here on the screen.
Okay, yeah.
My bad. Yeah, you get to call Bernard and you get to talk to him and you get to say, like, look, I went through the program. I understand this. I didn't understand that. Or I did understand everything. I got an idea. What do you think of this? You get to have a 15-minute call to go over everything that you feel that you want to ask. So you're not just left alone to your own devices, watching videos over and over and over, trying to sort it out. You have support included.
Right. Yep. So let's go back to the list of classes. I'm curious. The categories. Go to categories.
I'll go to the categories. So you have
men's hair replacement. I want to look at the men's hair.
Oh, you want to look at the replacement?
Oh yeah, and that's the one with Brittany. Let's show Brittany just a little bit of attention here. Just second one down on the left. When you were in categories. I think when you were not in categories, just on
when I was not in categories.
Yeah, when you're just showing everything. I think she was I don't know, wherever you must have been the one you were in. I don't know what category it was in.
Well, let me just start all over. Let me just go back and start all over.
There it is. There it is. Black. There you go. So click on there. How many preview videos are there? Because a lot of hairdressers are wanting to learn how to do hair replacement these days.
So she's got her intro preview, and then she's got explaining what a custom system versus stock system is, because that's a very that's probably the #1 question asked all the time.
That's good that we give close to 2 minutes of free information there. And is there a promo video up at the top?
Her introduction to the course is her promo video.
Okay, 1:20.
So this way, it's 1:20. You know exactly what you're about to get into by signing up for this enrollment.
Let a few seconds of it play. I don't even remember what it says. Let's just kind of see what she says.
It says, I'm Brittany and I rock.
Now that we talked a little bit about the benefits of adding non-surgical hair replacement to your salon services, I want to introduce myself. My name's Brittany. I've been in the mainstream hair industry for about 16 years. For the last 6 years, I've been specializing strictly in non-surgical hair restoration.
Because it makes a lot of money.
From regrowth services, scalp treatments, and also non-surgical hair replacement.
Stop it there. That's good. That's good. So Brittany is very, very pregnant at that point. So she's trying hard to get her deeper. This was at the end of the day of teaching and training. Doing videos for teaching and training all day long. She's sitting down to try to, I think the sitting was worse because it was hunched over.
It puts all that pressure. Yeah, right.
Pressure, and that baby wasn't given any area for her lungs to expand and get some oxygen in there. So right there, she's taking a deep breath, and she's going to thank us for this image we stopped on where she's like, now I might be able to say 10 more words. So I don't know, just go back to the main menu and just slowly scroll through everything one more time so people can see the things that we teach in general. We're not going to play anything else from here, but let's just kind of name some of these classes. Beaded strands, wefts, toppers, keratin, hair replacement, color, a lot of free stuff. Lee does a few different things, cutting there. We've got Shanna Mull does a long hair bonding, a no shave, full scalp, full headed hair replacement technique. Stop right there for a second. So the beaded topper and the long hair bonding are, to me, two things that are amazing in the hair replacement world because they're both the non-shave hair replacement techniques. I'm saying it right now because men's hair replacement right there, my hair replacement course, which is right there, and then Brittany's, which was a little bit earlier. And both of those, we most of the time are shaving the little bit of hair left that's on a person's head. But a lot of ladies are a little more sensitive to that little bit of hair they have left on top of their head. And so Shanna and of course me doing the beaded topper, those are two no shave techniques. And it's I think just saying no shave says a lot because.
So this is the thing that got me the most excited when I was first introduced to these techniques, because a lot of people don't truly appreciate or understand what this does for them. You got to explain a little bit better how because when you're looking into getting replacement, traditionally speaking, before these techniques were so streamlined and available, you're left with the one option. You got to shave all your hair. Even if you have enough hair and you're just thinning, you still have to shave everything off. Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought you were going in a different direction that I also want to talk about now that you said that, but bring us back.
I want to give it over to you because the way you explained it is really what got me inspired to start doing this.
Well, I'm not 100% sure what you're asking me, but I'll let you clarify here in a minute. But the thing that you started to say that made me think about all of this education that people are looking at here. This is online education. So if you're one person in the middle of some small town somewhere, California calls me all the time, people from there, and say, when are you going to have a class near me? Because there's so much population. They're so spoiled that they feel like you must be right here. New York, same thing. Chicago, same thing. High density areas, you guys are like, of course you're coming to me, right? Everybody does. Well, small towns, we don't think like that. We think you're never coming here. So I've got to travel somewhere. But all of this online, you don't have to travel anywhere. Now, yes, COVID helped all of us understand we could learn a little bit more online. And that's what really helped us get this to the masses a little bit better. But something we do, not every single class here has an in-person version, but most of them do. And you can come for free. So if you come to an in-person class, we give you the video training for free or as an addition, as a backup, or so you don't have to take notes, but also vice versa. If you come to, if you take an online class and then you feel like you just don't have it, you've already spent the money. If you bring the pieces and parts of your kit and the hair that you needed, you can join any of our in-person classes for free. We call it a refresher. I think the word free is a little more powerful, but you get to join us in any other class. So that's the power on the technical side and the educational side. You've got one to back the other up. So I'm often telling people when they're saying, we're trying to get together to come to one of your classes, I say, well, get it online first and see. Get one of the bundle packages. Do the wefts, the strands, the topper. You might find you don't need to travel. You might want to travel, and I understand that, but you might not need to. Or you might say, you know what? I got the wefts and the strands, but that beaded topper was kicking my butt a little bit. I think I'd like to come to that portion, which usually starts later in the day. Last Monday, I did a class. Wefts and strands started at 10 a.m. and Beat a Topper started at 2, so you can go party in New Orleans, wake up really late and show up at 2 o'clock and get the Beaded Topper portion of the class, or come early and get it all. I'm calling 10 o'clock early. So a lot of options here. And then the part you're talking about is how much hair changes a person's life, I guess, but I didn't totally understand.
Yeah.
What part of what I say did you want me to explain?
Yeah, no, that precisely. How when somebody is in that in-between stage and they don't know what to do, and how that changes their lives, thinking that they want, they're desperately trying to hold on to the little bit they got left. And then they get crushed thinking they have to shave it all off, versus how that changes their lives when they realize they can use a little bit of what they got left, and then they can add in so much more.
So many, I want to say every single client that ever decides to do it, whether it's a no shave or a shave technique, they all say, I should have done this sooner. Why did I wait so long? I think people are scared of the unknown. The internet has done a few things. Obviously, like anything, the internet has been really good and really bad in different cases and situations. And in the hair world, a lot of the old timers were like, why are we showing people exactly how to do this? Now they can do it at home. Well, the fact is, a client wants to know exactly what's done to their head. So showing how it's done, let's finish scrolling through this so we can put our big faces back up in a minute, and then we'll go through that. So I'll talk more about that hair replacement in just a minute. Mastering the Bob Haircut by Eddie is one here. Ali's got quite a few classes. We need to interview Ali here in the future, because he's got some highlighting and color techniques and styling also. How to round brush. We've got some tune-ups. If you've already been educated, you need to learn. Blue hair color. Is that what I just saw?
Yeah, blue hair. Yeah, how to do fantasy hair color. He's got a lot of great tips on how to do fantasy hair color.
And then we got Shanna down here doing if you just want to know how to make a fiberglass mold, stop right there. You got a $20 class. I mean, Shanna will show you how, because a lot of people are doing hair replacement and we learned only with tape. And we never did learn how to do a fiberglass mold. So you can do a fiberglass mold with a $20 class. You can do the art of the consultation, just Shanna's style of doing a consultation, where she educates, not sells. That's what she tells me. You don't have to sell, Bernard. You just educate and let them decide. So that's a $100 class there. Thicken a client's hair probably with extensions there in the bottom left, not necessarily making length, just adding fullness and thickness. Peekaboo, hair color. And then the intro, on-stage hair extensions intro. So we've got a few of the on-stage videos put in there just to kind of for $25 if you're not ready to spend the big money. So you can go get off of here. I just want to show people that they can go there. Obviously, we have in the description below, you can click on our Teachable, Profitable Stylist Teachable links and go there and see it for yourself. Watch all the free videos, watch all the preview videos. Yes, you have to create a username and a password, and you're enrolling, but you're not paying for anything. So a lot of people will click on the wrong spots and it's asking for money, and they say, you said it was free. You just clicked on the wrong button. Try again. Just create a username and password, then go look at all the promo videos, all the free preview videos, all the free packages. Click on that courses and go to the bundles of free stuff. So much free stuff there. Take advantage of that first before you pay money. So hair replacement it was something that changed my life. And the funny thing is, this is all my hair. So I, in the early days, thought if I lost my hair, I'm not sure I would do this, because in the early days, it didn't look so good. I started this 30 years ago. And when you put hair on somebody, you had to be a really good hair styler, and you could never show this front hairline here because it wouldn't look so good. And so you'd have to have the hair come down and around and cover the front hairline. And that front hairline was the hardest to do. So if somebody was bald back here, we put a round system on here, you didn't see the edges, and it would make them look like they had great hair and they'd be so happy. So when the systems got better and better, about 7 or 8 years into me doing hair replacement, I was like, thank God I stuck with this, because finally it's starting to look really good, looking like the stuff that they did on stage in the movies. because they had that kind of hair, but it wasn't available or not cheap enough or affordable or efficient enough for us to do on clients regularly. So as the skin systems and the lace systems became more prevalent, we were able to make people's hair look as good or better than they were doing in the movies. And that's when it really started to take off. And yes, people come in, they got a little bit of hair on their head, but you know what is never talked about? When a dentist has to fix your tooth, he doesn't talk to you about, you don't have a mirror. He does not talk to you about how ugly that tooth is going to get before he makes it pretty again. He takes something that's like chipped off the edge and then he grinds it down to a little weird looking thing and then crowns it. He puts a crown on it, and he makes it look and we're talking about a crown. That crown should go up here. So he makes it look better and then he's done and he gives you a little mirror and you're like, oh my God, my tooth looks so great. Well, with hair replacement, we've got a mirror up there the whole time. So yes, I want more hair. Well, it looks better if we put this skin-like membrane. I can put it down over your hair, but you want to see the part, the base of it semi-clear. You want to see an actual scalp. So it's semi-transparent and you see the color scalp of what you have. Some people are lighter, some people are darker, in between. But if you have some hair underneath there, your scalp's going to look the color of the hair, darker. So it just doesn't look as natural. Somebody like me, there's no part. But if I was going to part my hair, I would want, well, there you go. I would want to see that. I don't ever know which way to turn my head. I would want the real scalp through there. And so shaving the few hairs underneath is better. Plus, you're going to come in as often as you get a haircut, about once a month, and we're going to take the system off, clean up the adhesive, and put it back on. So everything is better and healthier for your hair if we shave it down to the skin. Nobody's ever going to see you with no hair again, except for your technician, your stylist. So why does it matter? I don't really know. When people have two hairs on their head, they're emotionally attached to them and they don't want to lose them. And it seems like women don't lose as much hair before they want to do this. Men will go kind of thin or bald. And so they're getting to the point where they're like, I was going to just shave my head anyway. But a lady doesn't usually say, I was just going to shave my head anyway. They're trying to do something, whether it's a hat, a turban, a wig, human, synthetic. So they're thinking if you shave this area up top, I can't go back to having my thin hair. But were you already over the thin hair? Were you already at a point where you were never showing that head again? Are you wearing a wig every day? Are you wearing a flower cap? Are you wearing a turban? Are you wearing something all day, every day anyway, except maybe sleeping? Then I would say taking that hair off is not a risk. But I'd also say that you have the no shave options. You got Shanna's no shave option of a long hair bond. She's calling it a different name now these days. I forget what it's called. I think she calls it brilliant bonding. And then you've got the beaded topper. That beaded topper goes on, and like we just did a class for it Monday. These ladies were struggling a little because it's pulling a hair through a hole and putting a bead on. And as funny as much as they felt like they were like, this is different, and never done anything like this before, because they're attaching it at all these different points on the head. When they got done, I reminded them, I said, guys, you all finished this in less than 30 minutes. And they're like, is that all this was? It was harder than I expected. The weft was easier. I said, right. So can you imagine if it only...
Because the weft only took 5-10 minutes. So that taking 20 minutes was like, oh my God, this is so long.
Taking forever. So, right. Even if it took 30 minutes every time in the salon, is that terrible? No, it's fast. You're only going to get faster and better from there anyway.
Then that's the thing what a lot of people don't realize. Investing into yourself with your education is what makes your foundation stronger.
Right.
And only then are you start exuding confidence without even realizing that you're doing it. A lot of people like to talk to me about energy and aura all the time. And I don't personally understand it myself, but I have a lot of people always come up to me and they always say you're, the one or the two, your energy, your aura, you're always exuding this thing. And I'm like, I'm not trying to do anything. I'm just
good stuff or bad. You exude good or bad?
I don't know. I guess it depends on the day. It's always like, you exude this dominance. I'm always told I exude some kind of dominance. I'm like, I'm not even I don't even understand what that means. I don't even know
I
what
think they meant confidence.
confidence. Yeah. Thank you. Right. Like, what am I supposed to respond to that? I'm just standing here minding my business. But the reason why I'm able to exude whatever it is I am is because it's just that. I'm standing where I'm standing. I feel comfortable where I am in any settings. Even if I'm nervous, I know my limitation of what I can do and what I can't do. And the only reason why that exists is because I'm sensitive. I'm hypersensitive to my own mental, my spiritual, my educational, my work, career foundations. Everything is solid. I don't have any weak links. And if I do, I'm constantly working to improve them. That's how you get better. And by automatically getting better, you're going to start attracting more people to you. And when you start doing that, you're going to start making money. And then there's this expression, money makes money. So that's how you do better. That's how you do good. But you got to start with your foundations.
It's funny because I've seen you in some of these situations, like before you were able to ride a scooter.
Yeah.
He just thought he looks like a silly kid trying to ride these electric scooters in these big cities are so much fun at the hair shows, and so I want to go zooming down the sidewalk. And he's like, what are we, children? I get him to do it. Well, he hits a little curb in the road and takes a tumble. But I have to say, everything you just described made me think of that experience. Like, you were a little wobbly at first. It's like, what is this thing we're doing? You crashed. I thought, he's going to be mad at me. He's never going to do this again. And I don't think it was 30 minutes later, you're like, okay, let's do it. I'm like, what? Go riding.
Let's go riding.
I'm overcoming this thing. And you got really good at it. We were like, oh,
man, we went miles.
Yeah.
We were gone for like almost an hour or something like that.
Weaving in and out of people that are getting mad at us. Slow down around my kids. You're going to kill somebody. I mean, we were zipping around.
But that was the thing, right? It was something that I failed at. I do not accept failure. It personally messes me up.
Yeah. After you came out of your curled up ball because you thought you broke a shin or something.
That hurt. It hurt, man. Right. That one hurt. I
You
was
were balled
limping the
up.
next 2 days, but it was worth it.
And I was like, I don't know what's hurt, his ego or a muscle or a bone. And I'm like, we didn't even start the hair show yet.
No, it was my knee. I messed up my knee, and I knew we were going to be on stage for the next 2 days. And I'm like, oh boy.
This might be a disaster. Right. So I've seen you in a few situations where you don't like to accept failure, and that's cool to see that you move forward.
And then when I'm teaching in classes, it's the same thing. When I see somebody struggling, I become a helicopter mom. I am on top of them, making sure they feel all the confidence in the world that they need to, whether it's borrowed from me until they can get their own, to get past whatever it is they're struggling with in that class. It's why I have a lot of people come back and take other classes with me, whether they're refreshers, whether they're brand new, whether they're other things. It's because people feel that comfort and that safety that, okay, I can be nervous, I could be vulnerable during this program. I know he's got my best interest in heart. I've seen you do it to people as well too. You stand right next to them and you make sure they feel good. And then when they leave, everybody feels confident. And that's why we've been able to produce profitable stylists in the way that we have.
You know what? I love one of the things I've learned about myself is I'll teach somebody something. I say, I think you got it, but you need to practice 2 or 3 more times. And I'm not going to stay here to watch you do it because I know you're nervous with me watching. So let me walk away, let you figure this out for a few minutes, and I'll be back to make you nervous.
You're right. I've heard you say that. That's hilarious. Yeah.
I don't want to make them nervous, but I know it happens. So it's like, you know what? I'll come back and see if you figured out the technique the way we talked about it.
Yeah, I know. That's one of the things one of my most fun things to do is whenever somebody says, man, I feel like I'm never going to take this or get this, or I feel like it's going to take me forever to do this, I'll secretly start timing them. And then I'll come over and I'll be like, I don't think you realize, but you're 40% faster than you were 15 minutes ago. They're like, what?
Right. That's one
it's
thing.
fun.
That's one thing I got from Jude in karate is it doesn't matter how. I used to think the better I taught somebody at one time, that the better they were going to get it right now. I thought, you know what? I don't need to say as much or teach as much on this one thing. I needed them to do a bunch of repetition. Just like he teaches in karate. They don't get that sidekick the first time they do it. You keep doing it and doing it and doing it, and you get better at it. Well, it's the same thing with everybody. But the thing that I really got from him first is the reps. Just keep doing the reps until you get it. Practice it. Most people think if I don't get it, I'm just going to quit. A lot of people do it once or twice and then quit. So the reps is one thing, but the timing, like you said, if you time yourself, if they know they're being timed, there's something that comes out of that, because you can't just be good in the hair business. You have to balance time with money. And if you're taking way too long to do things, you won't make money unless you can charge an exorbitant amount of money for it. And maybe you're not worth it yet. So you kind of have to do certain things faster, or do some of the techniques you talk about, how to do a certain amount of foils to get a certain look in a really quick manner. What's the name of the class that you teach often with the so many foils, or what is there?
The 20 foil or less. Yeah, how to do a full head in 20 foils or less.
You do that in person all the time, right?
It is the most consistent sold out program that I have.
And you do that in Chicago live. We don't have that online yet. That's the next one we need to put online.
Yeah, we have that was a highlighting technique that I have on the Profitable Stylist Academy.
Right.
Yeah, but the 20 foil highlight, or the 20 foil or less highlight, is consistently sold out month after month after month.
So let's end with this.
Awesome.
Come see us in Chicago.
We're going to be at in Rosemont, April 20, 21, and 22, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, in Rosemont, Illinois, at the America's Beauty Show. It happens every year. You have to be a licensed cosmetologist. It's not open to the public. So make sure you register for your tickets. Bernard and I are both going to have classes there all weekend long as well, too, in addition to some of the other programs that we're going to have. Our booth is 1506. It's the HTB Beauty booth. That's the name of our distributorship locally here in Illinois. And then we're going to have free classes all weekend long as well, with hair color, with hair extensions, hair regrowth, and treatments as well, too. So we're going to be giving free classes. We're going to be giving free education, which means you get free hours. So if you're at the beauty show, come on over to the booth. We're going to have a stage over there that we're going to be doing demos and presentations on all weekend as well. Plus, we have a large space. We got a 30 by 30 space, which we have a lot of open room in there to do hands-on right there on the spot. You know, we're going to work with you as well. So it's a very interactive experience at our booth. It's a very interactive experience in the classroom. It's a very interactive experience on the stage at our booth as well, too.
That was good. Bye.
Thank you guys for watching. We appreciate you all. Leave us a comment. Let us know if you have any other questions about the
subscribe, comment.
Yeah.
Like all the
Do
stuff.
all the good stuff too.
Go in the description. Watch all the free videos, promos, and previews.
Talk to you later.